Today I'm really excited because I'm going to show you how to prepare one of my favorite things to eat from Bulgaria. This dish is called Banica, and basically it's like Balkan pie made from Phyllo pastry, and it can contain cheese or meat. I've spent a lot of time in the Balkans, and I have to say that Bulgarian Banica is one of my favorites from the region. Now, this recipe was sourced by someone who is very near and dear to me, my singing teacher, Natalia, who is Bulgarian. And trust me, anything that comes from her kitchen is completely amazing. It's the first time I've tried it, but I'll just run you through the ingredients. You need 3 eggs, half a litre of milk, 300 grams of Bulgarian Feta. So this is something you can do with Bulgarian Feta because we can buy it in Australia, and it's usually one of the cheaper of feta cheeses, although it's absolutely amazing. In Bulgaria it's called sirene. And then 50 grams of parmesan, which my maestra said adds extra kick. And we've got about, I think it's 50 grams of butter here, which I'll melt and pour over the top soon. I've managed to get amazing Phyllo pastry, which is hand rolled. The sheets are huge, so I'll probably cut it. It's in a round. Look at that, it's like a bed sheet. And I'm just keeping it covered here with a tea towel so it doesn't dry out too much. So we'll get cracking and you'll just see the steps, and I think this is going to be a great dish for mums with kids because you can just literally throw it together and it has very few ingredients, and it's also quite cheap to make. Didn't cost me an arm and a leg to get it. So, layer number 1, you just place the phyllo on the tray. Now it's a huge sheet, so I'm probably just going to leave it like that and maybe cut the edge. Typically Banica is made on a round tray, but I couldn't find a proper tray here, so I'm just using square. And I'm chopping with my kitchen scissors just along the edge. Now I can tell I'm going to have to be really quick or the pastry will completely dry out. Okay, step number 2, which I'm very excited about, is crumbled feta over the first layer. So just crumble it. And we're just doing layers of feta between all the way through. I have a feeling I'll use more feta than required. Alright, so there's my first layer. Next one. So now we'll do the next layer of phyllo. This is a very thick phyllo, which Natalia said is what you need actually. So a lot of the Australian phyllo pastry that you can buy in Coles is very thin. So try and find a continental store. See if you can get your hands on some Greek phyllo pastry. That's probably the closest option. Okay, it's quite dry. Okay, so here's layer number 2, and I'll just quickly trim along the edge. Okay, crumbling again. Okay, so I've used up my 300 grams of feta. I think I'll go slightly over. And a little more feta. Just putting the final layer on the top now. My pastry pack came with, I think, 800 grams of phyllo, which is much more than I needed. I really only need about 500 grams. So if you're getting a regular phyllo pack, buy 2, and between each layer of cheese, if it's the thin phyllo, just put 2 layers. So I'm just going to trim around the edge of my dish quite closely. While I finish off that, I'll just melt 50 grams of butter. Shouldn't take long. It's really fun cutting this with scissors. Much easier than a knife. While the butter's finishing off, I'm just going to whisk together half a litre of milk with 3 eggs. So that's going to go on the top in a tick, so I'll just get this whisked up. Okay, so I've got 50 grams of melted butter, which I'll just pour across the top. And then I'll just quickly brush the butter across the top. Just going to try and tuck them in so it looks prettier. So what is key is to use beautiful butter, and we get lovely butter from South Melbourne Market. Then the next step is to sprinkle 50 grams of parmesan on the top. Now parmesan is not a Bulgarian cheese, but this is what will give it its kick. And then what I'm going to do is pour over the half a litre of milk whisked together with the eggs. Like that. Oops. I'm going to put it in the oven for, well, until it's golden at 180 degrees. I will probably melt my phone doing this, but this is how it's going. Look at that, delicious. Yum! So I have a Vesuvius in my oven. I'm going to have to take it out soon. It's actually gone really quickly. I'm going to get it out of the oven. It looks superb. And this is Bulgarian Banica, basically cheese pie. Can it get any better than that? Happy New Year, everyone, and looking forward to seeing you in 2017. Ciao!